So no one has made a video explaining how they can externally power their servo using a battery eliminator circuit and not fry their receiver, so that your receiver, the only job it's doing is transmitting the control signals to the servo, but the servo itself is being powered externally through a BEC. And that's what I've done right now, and I will explain. Actually, let me just quickly do that. So power the BEC using something like this. This end attaches to the battery. This end attaches, where's the battery there? This is the battery, and then you power it with that, and then you plug one end into the BEC. That's a Castle Creations BEC battery eliminator circuit 2.0 waterproof, and then you take the other end and you plug it into the ESC. So I'll hook up everything and I'll show you how it all looks together. But the important piece is, once your BEC is powered using the battery, I'll show you how to program it also, so that you're using, it comes default with 5 point something volts. You can program it to 7.5. They only have 0.25 volt increments. So you can, in the software, I'll show you how you can set it to 7.5. You can, just to be safe, you can do it 7.25. I wanted full power for my cheapy Amazon servo. I'll put a link in the description for that. And it takes up to 7.4 volts. I'm gonna 7.5. I mean, maybe I'll try higher if I'm feeling a little adventurous, but I've tried it with 7.5, works really well. And then what you do is, just using the BEC, you power your servo. So I've taken 2 wires. This is the servo connector. So this literally goes back, comes straight from the servo. So that's my servo. If you follow this wire, it is 3 wires coming out of it. 2 are for the power that go into the BEC. Right here. So if you follow this, right, 2 are for the power that are being powered from the BEC, and then 1 is from the receiver, the only one signal, the control signal, so that the servo knows how to position itself when you're rotating the steering on your transmitter. So transmitter to receiver, receiver to your servo, and power is not through your receiver, power is externally through the BEC. And that's it. Let me just see if I can fire up. Let me pause and I'll fire up my Castle Link software so I can show you how to set it. So apologies for this terrible setup, but since no one on the internet has done it, just be grateful that I'm doing it. But this is the Castle Link software. I'm gonna switch it on. Castle Link, oof, terrible. Let me see if I can focus there. It says USB not connected, device not connected. I am going to now plug this in. So let me see if I can pick this up. Oh, let me just move this over. Okay, let's point it down. Move this over here. Power it here. The other way, and there, and it made a noise. Let me actually see if I can zoom there. That's much better. Okay, USB connected, device linked, and now you go to basic, and in here I've set it to 7.5. So by default it comes at 5.25. So I'm feeling a little adventurous. I'm going to, yeah, so as soon as you set it up more than 6 volts, it gives you a warning that, hey, most receivers cannot exceed 6 volts. So if you're powering your receiver and other stuff from your receiver, be very careful. You could burn out your receiver. Actually, the great guys at Great Hobbies in Mississauga warned me about that. So anyway, I am not, 7.75, not 8. Okay, so I'm gonna try 7.75. Like I said, I'm not worried about my cheapy Amazon server dying on me. Amazon Servo dying on me. So I'll hit update. And yeah, literally that's it. So if I disconnect, actually I'll close this, disconnect, I'll show you again, disconnect, these go this, oof. Oh, there, focus is better. Terrible focus, oh there we go, okay. And then let me just pull that out. Oh, so delicate that, oof. I'm worried I'm going to break this tiny board. Okay, disconnected. The sound, laptop made that sound. I will turn on, and let's start the program again. Let me focus on it. Perfect. There, USB not connected. I'm not gonna focus back. I'm just gonna plug it in. You guys know what it looks like. And there, just plugged it in. USB connected, device connected, and then you can see it's set to 7.75. So that's it. I will finalize everything and then show you how everything looks up, all hooked up neat and tidy. So just the only thing this is used for is the USB connection to the computer. So for now, once it's installed inside my car, RC car, I don't want this getting exposed to the elements. Not sure, they say it's waterproof, but what about this end? What if water gets inside and shorts? Because this does provide power and the signal. So not sure. Anyway, so the plan is to put this in all the way. At least here, I zip tied this together, and once this is heat shrinking tubing. Once it's all the way, then I'll just heat it, shrink it, and have a good silo on top of it, and hopefully that'll keep it safe from water. I'll show you once it's done. This is always fun to do. So hopefully it works. Gotta be careful, don't burn the wires themselves. Okay, hopefully this is good enough. That's the header right there. Finally, all the wiring is done. I hooked up the BEC, the power supply, to a Traxxas connector. I got a pair from these great guys, Great Hobbies. It's in Mississauga. Got these soldered on the ends, shoved them in there, created a connector. That connector goes into the two pairs that I showed earlier. Heat shrunk the Castle Link connector that hangs off the BEC, and then the power supply is going here, and then I shortened these cables that I had. They're mailed from this guy to the servo connectors. So this wire, for the servo's wire, is I bundled it up. There was a whole bunch of it, and then the hanger that the connector that hangs off the servo motor. Two wires are coming from the BEC, the power ones, ground and the voltage power supply, and then the another one is mailed to a female connector that receives the signal for the servo from the receiver. So the receiver is providing the signal to the servo, and it works right. And And then the power supply is coming from the BEC, which I've set to, I think it was 7.75. Anyway, I made the video earlier. So yeah, let's see how this performs. It should have enough juice. Now I just need to shove everything inside this thing. Not this, but this bundle. How am I gonna do this? Anyway, I gotta figure out how to shove this inside the transmitter case. And that's it. I routed the wires properly, so it seems like I have space. Oh, one of them is hanging off. I just need to plug that one back into the receiver port. Receiver port, which is for the servo control. The rest should be able to fit in there. And then I can just shove it in, put this back on, put the screws on, and I should be good. What's the term? Bob's your uncle. Before screwing this part in, make sure these wires fit in to all the grooves and that you switch it on and test the servo because after this you're literally locking this in. All right, so all done. Castle Creations BEC battery eliminator circuit 2.0, waterproof, double-sided tape stuck to the chassis. The bundle that's used to program to program the output voltage is all bundled up, also stuck with double-sided tape down there. All the wires are going into the receiver. The servo is receiving power from the BEC, but the signal is coming from the receiver to rotate the horn. And that's it, folks. That's how you wire up a BEC to not fry your receiver but provide enough juice to your servo. Cool, thanks, bye.